Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the International Direct Sellers Network. This is our Tuesday training, and I'm your host, Terry Gibson. I'm glad you guys are here, and good morning on this Tuesday. It was morning for me, and maybe afternoon or possibly even evening for some of you folks out there. But I'm glad to be here with you to share some great thoughts. This is our Tuesday training event. I call it our TNT. But it's our fun time to actually share and learn and be a part of just what things are happening across the direct selling world. Really, it's a basically to unite people that are involved in network marketing and direct selling and sharing some great products and trainings. And this is a great opportunity to do so. I'm your host again, Terry Gibson, along with other partners that I have that will be doing some other things in the future. But for today and from this little period on, we're focusing a lot on various products, better ways of getting healthy and being able to share some things. And that's what we're all about, is about getting people the right products and services for their needs. I myself, many of you know me, but some of you may not. I've actually been in the health and wellness industry, or specifically the direct selling industry, for the past 17 years. And I've had an opportunity to share some great insights, some trainings, and some great products with people across the world. I remember having several occasions being in, of course, all the states in the United States, but in foreign countries such as Mexico and even Australia, being able to share some good comments, enlighten people, have them all involved in really getting their health back together, and even finding some finances, which has been a really fun experience for me. So with all that, it's just been a great experience to find out what people's needs are, and then if somehow to address those needs and get them really focused on things that are important in their life. Fun thing, I had a chance yesterday just to visit with our person that we'll have, our special guest for today, and just talk with her about just general things. And it's funny how you have commonalities with people all across the world. I found out that most people have the same basic foundations or fundamentals of what they want in their life. They really do. And with that, though, people can expound upon that and actually add. Somebody else may have something that you may need, and that's very important. So what I will try to do is see if we can get our special guest on here and see if she's available for our call. Let's see here, and see if that's even possible. I don't see her showing up just yet. Let's see what I can have. But this is something we're getting on live. Is always fun, and maybe if she's on, you go ahead and send a little comment there. I'll see if she's commenting there on the Facebook Live. Go ahead there, Miss Annette, if you're there live with us. I'd love to see you. Just jump on the page and go ahead and make a comment. I'll see if I can find your name there. Right now we don't see it as of yet, but I'll wait patiently and see what we can find out there. In the meantime, though, I do want to express to you this is actually one training of many that we'll actually do. So this being Tuesday, being one of them, we'll have one, of course, on a Thursday, and then the following Tuesday and Thursday from here on out. This being the health and wellness portion of what we're doing, there'll be another section involved specifically in business, and the business side of things will be it'll take on a whole new leaf. It'll be a whole new section of things that are going on with the business aspect of things, and that'll just migrate into more and more success when it comes into the business part of direct selling. So there's always a good health and wellness and products and services portion of what we do. Then it'll be a session of business training and business acumen. Everybody needs to sharpen up on those skills, so that'll just be all in all fun. So we're excited for that. So let me see if I can visit with Miss Annette. And now we're live again. So tell me if you can go there, Annette. Try to click on there and see if you can find us again. You- okay, this is great. This is great. And perfect. Yes, this is part two. And I see your name there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send you a little add button so you can go ahead and log on there with us to be live with me here. You just go ahead and click on there.
Hello.
Oh, hey, there you are. Woo! Good to see you
Perfect. Good to see you.
there.
Modern technology. Got to
That
love that.
at its best, right? At its best. Well, this is our part two we're gonna do for you guys, and we're gonna get it straight and fun. Modern technology is great when it works for you. So this is good. I'm excited to have Miss Annette Turner here on us the line with us doing this training Tuesday. But really, the fun thing about it, I've had experience of going out and sharing a lot of the company messages and touching base with people's lives and what's been really touching to them. And I've had a chance to visit with you, Annette, in Kentucky and other places just to learn about things that are really beneficial to everyone when it comes to health and wellness and just a purpose to life. And so we are privileged to have you as our Facebook Live guest here today for the International Direct Sellers Network. And I really want to turn some time to you, let you explain, of course, who you are, what you do, and why you do it. So, Annette, take some time, talk to us.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson. He said, my name is Annette. I live here in Kentucky. I've gone through a life transformation. I got involved with a program called Inform that is sponsored by Nature's Sunshine Products, and it has provided an opportunity for me to go through an amazing transformation, not only just physically, but also mentally as well. I can stand in front of people today and I can say, I am a recovering sugar addict. I'm a bipolar survivor who's been in remission for about 3 years. Um, I was morbidly obese by the BMI scales. I've made changes in my lifestyle that have provided for me to be able to go through this transformation and now live a sustainable lifestyle that has dramatically changed everything I've gone through. And it's like, you know, not only just the body and the mental transformation, I have increased energy, and I feel like I've kind of really like tapped into a fountain of youth. Here I am, the half-century lady, couldn't get this modern technology going on for 5 minutes, but we finally hooked it up. But I'm glad I've had a chance to meet you all. You can see I have that younger looking skin as part of my testimony.
Yes, that's great. That's awesome. Awesome. So tell us a little bit about what you do. What was the change that happened? What's yeah.
Well, this program was pretty much telling us and educating us on three basic things that, you know, it's our gut health that we need to target. And in order to target our gut health, we need to, you know, give our body the nutrition it needs and feed it in a proper time frame so we're not going through sugar spikes and we're not giving in to those sugar cravings. And also just showing us that, yeah, you know, you need to get some physical activity in. You know, it was pretty much quite the couch potato for the longest time, and you know that wasn't the way I always was, but you know just finding that balance is pretty much finding your balance to provide stability in all those areas and not giving in to those cravings that you think you're trying to find comfort and peace at, where it's all ultimately doing is just creating more havoc on your system and more havoc on your mental health and on your physical health. Because outside of the mental issues I had a lot of physical issues as well too, with other diagnoses that were complicating things like type 2 diabetes, you know, hypertension, cholesterol issues. And I was like all kinds of medical pills that were treating one thing that treated something else that complicated the situation and made my condition worse when I was pretty much just feeding the disease within me with the food choices I was making.
Interesting, interesting. So it's funny because you think about people and their diet, and most people think I can just eat whatever I want and won't have effect on me, but obviously it does. Obviously, yeah.
Well, when you're young, you could probably do it that way because your metabolism is pretty high and it burns things off and you can kind of, you know, bounce off. But sooner or later, what you eat today is going to affect you tomorrow, and it's going to give you the nutrition and the nourishment that your body needs. So now that, you know, my husband and I went through this together, and we just have this passion to ignite and inspire others to that transformation, that we want to get the word out to the younger at heart to say, hey, you know, you can make changes now or be serious now. And then for those our age and older, that, you know, wherever you're at, you can still stop where you're at and make changes for the better, and to provide you the opportunity to be healthy and become more healthy if you are sick now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So tell me some things. What did you do that worked, and what did you do that maybe didn't work?
Well, a lot of things that changed for me is the fact that I would never eat breakfast before, because all the medications I was on, it just never made me hungry, or I'd be too nauseous, or I would like get up and I'd do all these things, and also it'd be like 2 o'clock and it'd be like the crash. Oh my gosh, did I even eat today? So realizing that all those things that my mom told me, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, were really true. Yes, we need to have our breakfast. We need to have our breakfast, not the standard way Americans have their breakfast, but we need to have the protein that we need, the quality protein, a clean protein. We need to have a balance with our protein, our carbohydrates, and fats. And we need to have a balance of protein, carbohydrates, and fats in all of our meals. And we have to have good, clean sources, not just have a bagel and cream cheese and think that's going to cut it for us, and then wonder why we're crashing and burning at 10. So for me, with this program, and Nature's Sunshine has an amazing amount of products that they offer, but there's lots of other products out there on the market. There's lots of other companies out there, but with my engineering background and realizing that quality is essential and that you want to be eating things and feeding your body that doesn't have toxins that you don't want there, it's going to make your condition worse. Looking at the quality label and the standard of quality that our company has and the tests that they provide and the equipment that they offer to make these tests, that they stand by their product. And many a time in the 4 years that we've been working with our company, they've stopped selling a product because it didn't meet the standard they wanted it to meet. And that's important to me. So they're not just there for the bottom line, they're there to make sure they're meeting their mission statement to provide healthy quality products to their folks. And that's what I appreciate. Great. So when it comes to the protein, you know, I love their protein offers. They have different products, they have different flavors, they have different structures. So for someone who's a vegan or needs gluten-free, they have those. Someone who's really into the whey options, we have a unadulterated whey that really meets those needs and builds the muscle mass. So we also have a soy base. So for if you have a need for whatever particular product brand you want, we have the product for you.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Well, now give me the results again. So you guys, you and your husband were on the program. You did a cycle of, was it 90 days or what'd you do?
Yeah, it's the class itself. It's like we meet once a week and we have like little chapters that we talk about each topic that kind of is just more than just eating the right food, but just understanding your body chemistry. It's a 13-week program. So when we first started this program in May of 2014, it was 13 weeks. My husband lost 33 pounds. And he was like really serious into it because he had a goal. He had to lose 50 pounds within 9 months to go on a scouting trip to go backpacking in Philmont, New Mexico. And me, I was just tagging along because he's like, I can't do this alone. I don't cook. I don't, buy food, whatever. We need to do this together. And I was too depressed. I was in a really 8-year, 10-year hump of depression at that time that I didn't really want to do anything. But I know that deep down inside, I didn't like where I was. I wanted to get out of it, and I didn't know how. So I kind of asked for a lifeline in my prayer life. God, give me a lifeline to get out of this. And Inform was the tool that God used to give me that lifeline, to educate me on how to treat his temple. And then, like within the program of itself, it was just like repairing and replenishing my gut health, basically. And so 7 weeks into the program, I would walk into that classroom. I had my hands across my chest and I would not interact with our 10 participants at all. I was just looking down. I was a very not the person that I am kind of person because of all of the issues I was having with my health. And in that 7th week of class,
I'll pause you there, Annette, because that is strange because you are nothing but bubbly these days. It's hard to imagine you not being so. Yeah.
Well, it's true. That's always been my personality type all through my life, has been the extra vivacious, bubbly personality. In fact, in high school, I used to, proclaim, I was brought into this world to spread love, joy, and happiness, so as, going through that sickness and that cycle and all of those issues, I was just a shell, and a very empty shell of myself, and struggling with a lot of issues, not just health issues, but just a lot of life circumstances. Life happens, situations and circumstances that can do things that chip away at your confidence, that can blow apart your self-image and make you question and doubt your actions and your behaviors and the relationships with those that you love, and how you are fulfilling your roles that you need to be fulfilling as a parent, as a wife, as a friend, as a daughter, as a sister.
Right.
So, and all of those things, there was just a lot of burdens that I was carrying that I didn't need to carry. And it was just complicated more with the other physical health that was going on, because it's just, my brain was going places, my body was going places, and it was just all contradictory to itself. And it all was rooted in the fact that my gut wasn't healthy. It was unbalanced. It was the bad things down there were taking over and making me crave things. And and your mind and your gut are directly related. So as one goes, the other goes. So it was just this perpetual cycle
Yeah.
of negativeness and unhealthiness.
Right, right. Wow. Well, you climbed out of it for sure.
Yes,
How'd you do it?
exactly. Well, I just did what the program told me to do. I ate the way they told me to eat. I ate clean, whole foods. You know, I realized there was more than just the food. There was the environment I was living in, the toxic environment, not just physical toxins, but also, you know, just the people toxins or the emotional toxins, and trying to filter those out and try and do those cleanses that you need to do. Remove yourself from those things in those continual cleanses, you know, the herbal cleanses that our company offers, and then just being more, providing the boundaries to keep myself safe when I was exposed to relationships or other situations that weren't the best for my mental
Yeah.
health and for my perspective. And so taking on those steps, you know, by the end of those 13 weeks, you know, yes, my husband had a huge physical change. I only lost like about 15 or 16 pounds, but my mental health was amazing, because at the end of the 13 weeks, I was back to the person that could, you know, snarkle and make jokes in class, and, you know, start taking things a little less depressive, and not so gloom and doom, and being more positive and having energy, and more importantly is having the motivation to get up and go and do things, and setting
Yeah.
goals and trying to accomplish them. So that's how the program in itself provided me the framework I needed to have that transformation, and then realize that, you know, I like what this is doing. This is sustainable. This was not like a diet, because diets have a
Right.
start and a stop. They tell you, buy this packaged food, do this twice a day, and then do this, and then go on. And at the end of the 90 days, yes, you might have lost weight, but were you given the tools to maintain that lifestyle? So this
Mm.
program, Inform, gives me and shared with me the tools I needed to maintain the lifestyle. And so we continued providing the classwork and the accountability that it offered, because it was a small group. You had that accountability, and that my husband and I enjoyed it so much. And then people continued to ask us, hey, what are you all doing? Because you guys are looking great. You're rocking it. So we both became certified to coach these classes. So now that's where the business for us started. And we've just been running classes. You know, we're trying to do some virtual classes now. I'm meeting with one-on-one clients. And my husband's finally gotten to the point where he's going to do a men's class. You know, he's a great teacher. And so that's kind of what he's brought to
Yeah.
our business, is the one teaching the classes, and I was out marketing and recruiting. But, you know, now he feels that, you know, some guys just need that guy studying versus just, you know, a bunch of women talking about, you know, changes
Yes.
or whatever.
You know, it's funny. Everybody has their own little insecurities, guys, girls, and how they feel comfortable. And that's awesome that your husband's trying to do that separate little class. That's great. That's perfect. Yeah, yeah. So now that you're doing this part of it, tell us, how can people get a hold of you?
Okay, well, I have a Facebook page. It's called Turner Fit for Life, or you can probably search the Life Change Lady on Facebook, because I got that title from one of my clients' daughters, because that's all I kept
Love.
saying to the kids, or to my classmates, and she was always in class because she had to take along. Um, you know, how does this affect your life change? Because it is a life change. Does this participating in this program, does making this choice today help you meet your life change goals? Is this part of your life change? And so, you know, that's just kind of a title I tag. I'm like, okay, that's just me now. That's just me. Hashtag life change lady. So, and
Love
it
it.
is a life change, and you can be empowered to make that change. Now, you know, there's always choices that we're making every day, but we're not going to be consumed if we make a change and fall off our wagon of making those healthy choices. We calibrate those choices that we're making, because we can celebrate great activities and great events, but celebrations don't always have to revolve around food.
So true. So true. That's a powerful message right there. So, Annette, thank you again. Any last words for the group?
Um, One of my colleagues shared this great quote with me the other day, and I really liked it. So I'm just going to share and close it with you so you guys can think about it. It says, Inform is the only program that separates the fact from fiction. There is no fake news here. So I just appreciate the fact that Inform has provided us the opportunity since May of 2014 to be educated and to educate others on the lifestyle changes they can make to provide themselves that healthy transformation. And it's not just about weight, but it's just about doing things and choosing things that can make themselves a better person.
That is so awesome. I can't think of a better note to end on than that. Annette, thank you very much for sharing your insights, your thoughts, your experiences. I tell you, I've grown personally from that. So all throughout these years, and now everybody else can hear from it too. So that's a very good, powerful story. Thank you. And tell your
Okay,
husband hi
great.
for me.
All right, thanks. You guys take care. God bless.
All right, Annette, you take care and see the rest of you guys on the next Tuesday's edition. Talk to you soon.